Good morning, y'all. So I'm really excited to make this video because at the time of this recording, I believe that I am the first one in the world, or just maybe on YouTube so far, to have done all of these carbon fiber things to a Giulia Q4 Ti Sport. So finally, I have the full carbon fiber getup, essentially the rear wing, the carbon fiber mirrors, the side skirts, and the full carbon fiber front end. And I know you guys have seen the other things so far, but you haven't seen the full carbon fiber front end. And I'm not showing you right now on purpose because I want to say this. When I first posted these pictures up, it kind of took the internet by storm in the Giulia community. We finally have a very aggressive looking front end for the Q4 Ti Sport. There's a lot of options for the Quadrifoglio, and there's a lot of options for the base model, but for the Ti Sport there weren't that many options. And really quick, let me give a shout out to Agency AutoWorks. Awesome owner, awesome team over there. They hooked me up with all this carbon fiber that I'm about to show you. Everything else that you've seen is from Madness AutoWorks, their carbon fiber, but the specific front end that I'm about to show you is from Agency AutoWorks. Great people over there, great customer service, and very, very fast and expedited shipping. But without further ado, let me show you the front end, the full carbon fiber front end, meaning the lower lip and the canards of my Giulia Q4 Ti Sport. Here we go. Look at that. That is so beautiful. I'll be honest with y'all, the camera here is not doing this thing justice. I'll be totally honest with you. This looks so aggressive. Hopefully you can pick up some of the sparkle and the shine of that authentic carbon fiber in the sunlight there. It's funny, I just washed this car, but we've already got some bug splatter and some bug guts on the front. But oh well, this looks absolutely amazing. It transforms the front of the car. I would never go back. The Giulia is an already beautiful car, straight from the factory, stock height, stock body, whether you have the carbon fiber package or not. It's a beautiful car regardless. However, these modifications, both aesthetic and aerodynamic, they definitely enhance the car 100% hands down. So let's go over some of the pros and cons. Let's talk about the fitment and the installation first. So as you can see here, so I already had this. This is the carbon fiber Scudetto and the surround of the emblem. This is from Madness AutoWorks. Authentic carbon fiber, looks absolutely amazing, fits great. I love it. I highly recommend this for any Giulia owner. But let's talk about what we've got going on here. So from Agency AutoWorks, I purchased the canards, all right, right here and on the other side, and then I purchased the front lip. Everything is fully carbon fiber. The fitment was absolutely excellent. Fitment was perfect. I fitted on here with some 3M outdoor extreme tape, which apparently holds 30 pounds for every inch of tape, and there's, you know, several inches of tape where it attaches to the underside of this bumper lip here. I know that some of these specific models of canards have had issues triggering the radar, the front sensors here, right here and here, and then right here. But these specific models have cutouts in them to alleviate that. Now, disclaimer, these sensors are more sensitive now with these canards. So it'll tell me that curbs are a little bit closer than they actually are. And then on steep inclines, it'll kind of go off. But honestly, nothing too annoying and not as bad as other people have claimed they are. And if anything, it's only just keeping me safer and protecting the car more. So for those of you who are worried about these triggering your front sensors, don't. They are going to be a little bit more sensitive, but nothing crazy. The fitment was spot on though. Like I have fitted so many front end pieces to cars over the years that I've been have had cars as a hobby, and no front end pieces have fit as well and as naturally as these pieces have fit, with meaning the canards and the front lip. Like these just they went right on. and they are on here sturdy with this 3M tape. You guys can't see it, but I'm actually moving the entire front bumper when I do this. They are very, very sturdy. I didn't want to use epoxy. I obviously didn't want to use any screws with these. If it does get loose, I may go to an epoxy, but I wanted everything to also be removable. I didn't want to make any permanent changes to the front bumper for obvious reasons, but I've had no issues so far. Now, just to explain more about the canards, one thing I was worried about was them actually interfering with the brake duct here. There's actually a brake duct on the TI Sports that go, I think that it's on the base model too, that goes to the, this is channels air to the brakes. I was worried from the pictures that this right here, this end of the canard would cut into that, but it actually doesn't. The brake duct is still fully visible. It does not obstruct it at all. If anything, these canards probably act as more of a funnel to channel air into the brake duct, which I really like. In fact, let me just go ahead and read some of the claimed benefits of the canards here. I went ahead and took some notes from the manufacturer. Now, just so you guys know, I believe AHA Carbon, AHA Carbon, is the overall manufacturer of all of these carbon fiber pieces. I know that you can get them from a bunch of different sources. Agency AutoWorks, I think, has the best plug with these guys. But there's probably only one person actually manufacturing these, if I had to guess, or AHA Carbon was the original person or people to make the original mold for these. And I'll throw their images up on the screen. They actually have CAD designed images, so you can tell that these are very thoroughly researched and well developed. These weren't just some people looking to make a quick buck in a shop. They actually went through and computer designed these molds to be aerodynamic and to fit perfectly. And let me just go ahead and read some of the things about the canards here. Okay, so it's quality 3x3 carbon fiber weave, and it's meant to enhance the aerodynamic and aesthetic performance of the car. So you'll actually get less front end lift and more downforce on the front of the car with these modifications. And what is front end lift? Essentially, when air travels under the front bumper and literally lifts the car at high speed. So now air wants to not go under the front bumper, it wants to go over and over the top of the car, and therefore press down on the front of the car. And believe it or not, you can tell immediately at high speeds with all of these aerodynamics on that you have more traction. Traction on the front tires. I could tell immediately. When I went about over 70 miles an hour, the front was much more planted and stable. Through high-speed curves and corners and just on the highway, I could tell immediately. Obviously, that depends on how well you install these things, right? You can't just put, you can't just install them with any kind of, adhesive. You have to use very quality things to make sure that it doesn't fly off on the highway or is flapping around. But definitely enhances the aerodynamic performance. Now, is it a track day thing? Can you stand on this front splitter? Are you going to get hundreds of pounds of downforce? No, but I'm also not going to be time attacking this car like that. And I'm not looking for hundreds of pounds of downforce, right? And I'm not going to be going over, 150, 160 miles an hour ever. So, but for those who wanted to know if it is a functional piece, it definitely is. Now let's talk about the front splitter here, which is probably what's grabbing everybody's attention. This thing is absolutely immaculate, okay? I've had this installed for maybe 3 or 4 days now. Yes, I've already scraped it on the bottom 100%. It's very durable, very flexible. It is 100% carbon fiber, and it fits amazingly. It actually wraps around the front of the bumper as well. I have this installed with a lot more of that 3M extreme tape, as well as about 8 self-tapping screws underneath the front, underneath the splitter into the front bumper where you can't see, they're not visible, even if I were to take the front splitter off. But I have those installed in there. Obviously, to keep the lip secure at high speed, just going around town. This thing looks absolutely amazing. I'm sure you guys can tell, you know, just from the video here, but I love it. I love it. It's so aggressive. But you know what? At the same time with being aggressive, to the uninitiated, this kind of looks stock. It looks like it could come stock on this car. It matches very well with the carbon fiber V Scudetto. It looks very Italian. It looks very Alfa. You know, this looks like a Italian flair, very, you know, Italian sports sedan look. I love it. It's not overdone. It's just on the edge. I'm absolutely in love. I've got nothing but compliments. You guys can go on Instagram and check out Instagram for more photos and videos and things like that. But I am absolutely in love. Money well spent. Hit up Agency Auto Works to see if you can get you a front end set like this. And I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Now, once again, I have all the other carbon fiber things. This car is lowered, okay? It's on H&R springs. It is lowered. I'm running 17 millimeter spacers and 245, 35, 19 inch tires. I do have the carbon fiber, the QV carbon fiber side skirts from Madness. You guys have seen that. I've got the carbon fiber mirror covers. Y'all have seen that. And the carbon fiber rear spoiler or wing here, if you will. Okay, so all of these things technically you can get from the factory. There's a carbon fiber package that comes with the spoiler and the side skirts and the mirrors. I didn't get that, obviously, so I put all that on there. So if you do have that package, all you really need is the front end, and then you're really you're cooking with fire there. But or you can buy it all aftermarket. It still looks great. I just cannot get over how good this front end looks. It is so good. In fact, I would even almost go to say that at this point in time, this front end looks better than the stock Quadrifoglio front end. I know that's going to piss off a lot of purists out there, but that's kind of how I feel at this point. This car looks so good. It's so aggressive, but yet not overly done. I really like the way this car came out. So I hope I've covered all the bases. You know, if I've left anything out, you guys let me know. But these modifications, both aesthetic and performance in nature, and I absolutely love it. Now here, let's talk about before we finish, let's talk about the only downsides, okay? Obviously, clearance is a big thing. If you have a lower Giulia like mine, you can see that there's probably only about, I don't know, maybe 4 inches, 3.5, 4 inches of clearance under there. If that. So getting in and out of my driveway is now a hassle. I'm actually going to have to get creative with that. And steep entrances are now a hassle. However, you just got to drive smart. If you've never driven a lowered car with a front lip, this is going to be a steep learning curve for you, and you just got to take it slow and easy. You can't shoot this thing around town like an SUV. It is a lower sports car. So you've got to keep that in mind whenever you're going anywhere, doing anything, especially at high speed. And if you're in a city environment with lots of potholes and lots of weird inclines and things like that, remember, you just got to be smart about it so you don't rip that front bumper off and crack all that nice carbon fiber. The good thing about that front lip, though, is that it's very flexible and it's very durable. So if it does come off, it's not crack prone. It's not like fiberglass where it's going to shatter. This carbon fiber will just kind of rip or fray. You know, ask me because I've already done it. It won't crack on you, which is nice. So it won't just ruin your investment the first mistake you make. However, you want to minimize those mistakes. So just remember, if you have this on a lower Giulia or even a stock height Giulia, because the Giulia is already kind of low in the front bumper, just remember you got to take it easy around town and take it easy over those speed bumps and just watch where you're going. Other than that, it's fine. I drove all throughout downtown Austin, Texas yesterday with a fully loaded car. I had the whole family in the car, so the car was as low as it normally gets, and I was just fine. I just had to take it easy, watch the speed bumps, watch the potholes, which I do normally anyway. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, just hit me up on Instagram, hit me up here. Let me know what you think about the front end. I love it, especially with all the other carbon fiber, especially what I've done with the car. I think this complements it amazingly. It makes it look even crazier. Here, I'll get up close for you there, give you that look. Don't mind the bug guts. Sorry, guys. That's Texas life on the highway. I just think this looks absolutely amazing. I cannot recommend this enough. But once again, make sure that when you install it properly so that you don't end up losing this thing on the road. As with any front splitter or any outward, performance modification, just install it correctly and it will treat you well. Okay, guys, until the next one, thanks for watching. Hit me up if you got any comments, questions, or remarks, and I will see you later.